This game is, it's grown on me for the most part. However, there's like more mini games in this than a platinum game. There's been auto scrollers and like running around in nothing and ship battles and stuff. I actually had to grind to get past the ship battles because I just couldn't get past it otherwise. It's nice that it actually gave me a humanoid boss fight. That's another thing that's really weird about this game. Kingdom Hearts 2 in particular basically had like almost a dozen human boss fights. This has had barely any, and they're pretty much all they're all baked into the DLC, the whatever it's called, the area where you fight all the organization people. I'm looking forward to doing those. Those look like they're right up my alley, but it's gonna take me some grinding to get there. I'm not really an expert on Kingdom Hearts. I like the guarding. I like the guarding. Sometimes it feels like I guard and I get hit anyway. I know that that's fixed in the organization battles. Someone will probably make a mod to maybe there's actually there have been a couple mods that have rebalanced the main game. There's the one that gives you the remind abilities, which is I made a video on that a couple days ago, and then someone also gave you one of the abilities that makes it so you have more damage scaling when you play on critical and level 1. So I probably will play this again on critical and just skip all the cutscenes, which is I've watched a couple cutscenes. I watched the Monsters Inc. ones because I watched that movie. I liked that movie when I was younger. The rest of these movies I really haven't watched besides Toy Story, so I didn't really see the point in watching them. But overall, the game has grown on me. I'll go ahead and show my build once I can get back into gameplay. I place heavy emphasis on when I can get back into gameplay. Sometimes in this game, you like watch a cutscene, and then you walk forward like 70 feet, and then there's another cutscene. You just get comboed by cutscenes. The narrative in this game is really weird. It's like almost everything is packed in like the last 2 hours of the game. I don't understand why it's designed like that. Feels a little odd for everything else to be like a filler arc, and then you just get straight into things actually start happening. Alright, I know there's a boss fight against Nega-Aqua, or whatever his name is. I'm not gonna bother recording that since I think you have to play as Aqua. I just thought I'd show my progress with this game. Also, Lucy, one of the kitties at my kitty sitting job, she took my backpack and she sat on it, and my Switch is in there. I wanted to do more Fighting EX Slayer Another Dash gameplay, but she sat on my backpack and she was visibly upset when I tried to pull her off it, so that's not going to happen today, unfortunately. That's scheduled for tomorrow, so you guys going to see more Fighting EX Slayer gameplay on the Switch. That is when that'll happen. I kind of had to change my plans a little bit because she's a diva. She likes to have her way, and when she doesn't, she visibly gets upset. Let me show my build before I sign off here. So I'm running a strength build. I'm using these. They're about as far maxed out as they can get with what I've got right now. And then I have this one because it's the martial arts one. And basically I'm just stacking a bunch of strength. take this one off. Actually, just got the final Remind ability, so I need to check that out at some point. I don't think I'll bother with that one since I'm a strength build. It's nice to have, I guess. Basically all the physical stuff on. I used to Link like once. I think when I play the game again, I'm not sure exactly what extent you're really meant to grind to in this game, because there's not like a real New Game Plus. I know that was something I've found was weird about the other Kingdom Hearts games too. It's like, why the hell is there a New Game Plus? you do all this grinding and none of it is really necessary at all, because you know you can beat all the bosses in this at level 1. It's actually designed to be beaten at level 1. I hear that critical mode in this is unfair in some ways, but apparently people are working on mods to kind of work on the balancing and stuff. So it's like, why would I want to grind for all these accessories and stuff when I can't carry them over? I think that would be a pretty nice mod. If you could play through the game again, at the very least, like, keep your accessories and stuff, so that you can have some semblance of a build. Critical mode is kind of like a band-aid on the issue, in my opinion. You do get some stuff at the beginning. You can carry over your Keyblades and stuff. I guess if you grind for Ultima Weapon and you max out the Keyblades you want to use for your respective build, that's probably more than enough, but it feels kind of weird to like have all this stuff in here you can craft, and then there's like there's no way to carry it over. I feel like, you know, these games have much bigger budgets than Tales games, but I feel like they could take a hint from Tales games and have like a grade shop or something so that you can just carry everything over, especially with like all the trophies and stuff. I feel like that would make it more interesting, but I do not have the Ultima Weapon yet. I don't know how to get it. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I definitely have a lot of things I hate about this game. There's definitely way too many mini-games. There's too many gimmick bosses and stuff. I feel like it's very disjointed compared to the second game. I mean, the second game had tons of gimmicks too. I think people look back on the second game with rose-tinted glasses, you know, nostalgia glasses and stuff, but there were a much better, I guess, distribution of humanoid bosses and just big armored bosses. In this game, it's been almost completely armored bosses. The fact that you have a counter that gives you invincibility, it does help. There were some bosses that were more fun than others. There were some that were completely awful, like I just fought the evil Baymax, and that was just a glorified auto-scroller. It was very boring. He had too much health, and the ship battles are very much the same way. They felt like they didn't really need to be there. There was an excessive amount of them, and then there was that big auto-scroller on the flying Heartless thing that was also pretty bad, but I'm looking forward to the organization fights. I think I'm not really that great at Kingdom Hearts. I'm still kind of getting used to the control scheme and stuff, but I always did like the humanoid boss fights in Kingdom Hearts 2. I got pretty good at beating Sephiroth and stuff, so maybe I'll put up some of that. It's not going to be any super hardcore, you know, Chad stuff, like beating on a level 1 or anything. I'll probably grind to 99 and get the best gear, and just go through them to experience them, and then maybe I'll go through again after I figure out exactly what's worth grinding for. It's very weird, you know, I'm mainly a Tales player in terms of like RPGs with real-time action combat. The only one I've really stuck with has been Tales, and you have to play this very differently from Tales. I'm not talking about the core gameplay mechanics, I'm talking about how much you grind. You know, you can very easily, not very easily, but feasibly, you can get past all the humanoid bosses without grinding. You can do it at level 1, but if you grind too much, none of it really gets carried over, so you really have to show some restraint, and I'm not exactly sure what extent I need to grind to or what I should grind for. I'm definitely open to taking backseat gaming. I mean, I'm obviously not playing this for the story. I know they're going to make like 10,000 more games on the Switch and mobile and stuff before they make another one and continue the story in this. I don't really care about that. If people want to give me some advice for what I should grind for a strength build, go ahead and let me know. Thanks for watching.